Greetings, folks. Here we have another interesting vintage radio from the Eastern Ontario Hamfest. Northern Electric is the brand name on this, and I believe they call this particular design the waterfall design, or at least that's what it's colloquially known as. I think some other people call it the rainbow because some of them have got, well, colors, the colors of the rainbow here. Well, it also kind of does look like a rainbow, but anyway, most people call this the waterfall design, and I happen to think that it looks pretty nice, even if there's no colors on it. A little bit of trivia that I'm sure most people probably already know about the Northern Electric Company. The Northern Electric Company, later on in life, became known as Northern Telecom. Northern Telecom later on became Nortel. So yes, one could say that this is a Nortel radio. Sounds like a very odd thing to say, but I've got a Northern Telecom clock radio as well. So it's just kind of weird to look back on something like this and realize, hey, Nortel did more than just phones once upon a time. It's a very nice cabinet. Marked at $10, I gave $5. Taking a look at the back, you can see Northern Electric Company Limited in Montreal. It has a model 5000, 30 watts. That's a lot of power. There's a tube listing. There's your patents. There's a Baby Champ. I believe that's what another name for this radio was, the Northern Electric Baby Champ radio. No schematic. I suppose I'd have to take the back off of this in order to get a schematic, but that is not something that I'm going to do because it looks like there's a lot of screws for that to take place. This is another tube set. I do not believe that this is a electrically restored set. I think this is running original equipment, so it's probably dangerous to have this thing plugged in for too long of a period of time, but just like I said in the video, the fine tone radio, that's what the fire extinguisher is for. So CSA approval. It is plugged in right now. I find this notice kind of interesting. Any person installing or operating this receiving set without first having obtained a license is liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $25, and the said receiving set may be forfeited to His Majesty by order of the minister, for such disposition as the minister may direct. So I wonder if this precedes... I wonder what that's all about. Licensed by the Hazeltine Corporation, only for use in homes for educational purposes and for private, non-commercial use. Interesting. Very, very interesting. If someone's got some explanation for that, I would love to hear from you. So, something else interesting about this, if you might have noticed, not only does it seem kind of odd that you need a license to operate a commercial radio receiver. But if you take a look at this, if it'll focus, said receiving set may be forfeited to His Majesty by order of the minister. That sentence there, His Majesty, or that phrase, His Majesty, means that this thing cannot possibly be any newer than 1952. Because in 1952, Queen Elizabeth II took over the reins. So it would be Her Majesty. Now, I don't know, maybe this is an older sticker or something, but you can see patent, the newest patent on this thing is 1937. So there's one thing. I don't really see any newer dates on this. Although it looks like that says 1938. So I'm going to call that 1938. Although it looks like that says 1935. No, 1939. So sometime between World War II and 1952 is when this would have been manufactured. The other interesting thing about this, that might even date it a little bit better, as you can see there, cycles universal 25 to 60. So this could run on non-60 hertz power. And I don't remember when non-60 hertz power, or, sorry, I guess I should rephrase that, non-120/60 was used, or when that was phased out in this country. But we know that this thing cannot possibly be any older than 1939, and we know that it can't be any newer than 1952. Okay, so I went ahead and I actually looked up the Northern Electric Model 5000 radio, which is what this is. And the one source that I managed to find dates this to 1946 or 1947. So, very, very early post-World War II radio is what this would be. Definitely neat. Probably the oldest radio that I've got in my collection. I don't know whether or not that's true, because I don't know how old those Stromberg-Carlson radios are, or any of the numerous other tube type sets that I've got. I have a Viking radio from the Eaton Company in the other room, among other things. But I'm going to go ahead and just tentatively say that this is probably the oldest radio that I've actually got in my possession right now. Which is really quite cool. I have it tuned to a station right now. You might have noticed that the band is actually backwards, which is kind of odd. But that's just the way that this set works. So let's power it up. It is a tube set, so it will take a little bit of time for it to warm up.
For the rebound, Drake Batherson buries it. It's 5-0 Ottawa.
And a power play goal for the Ottawa Senators. Now 2 for 3 with the man advantage. And Drake gets off the schneid here. His first goal of the season comes at a big...
I don't know that this radio has got any kind of suppression on it.
Trapper saved by Lindgren.
Doesn't sound like it. So this would DX pretty well.
Large federal...
If you can see her picking something up there. It does have a light, although the light is probably not very good and might need to be replaced.
Financial strength.
A little bit of dirt there. And it's a little dirty there. That must be CFZM again. We never had much luck picking them up. So it's kind of interesting that first that Hallicrafters and now this are actually able to get it. I wonder if it's just that the right time of year or something. Maybe it's sunspots, who knows.
I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Interesting, they're advertising Algonquin College on a non-local station as well. It's the local college. In fact, it's just up the road from here.
This is my favorite band. On sophomore slump,
I'm going to turn the volume down here because it's local.
Stump sang lyrics proudly proclaim, "We're the therapists pumping through your speakers, delivering just what you need." And their fans agreed.
This is News Talk 580, CFRA.
If there was any question what that station was, there isn't anymore. Even though I already knew. Those of you who aren't from here probably did not. And that's pretty much it. So, again, a short video of a radio. An AM-only radio. There's really not much to demonstrate with something like that. So, I would like to thank you for watching. And if you have any comments, definitely do. Feel free to leave them down below. Especially if you know what this sticker is all about, because that is definitely interesting to me.